Hey everybody, Amy here with the answer to this week's Trivia Tuesday question. Just hanging out here with the crows of Adams Point. It is crow season. I gotta get you some crow footage soon. This week's Trivia Tuesday question was, what was unique about the way the four-color theorem was proved mathematically? And the answer is that it was the first mathematical theorem to be proved with the aid of computers. And this is back in 1976, despite me saying 1974 in the video yesterday. But anyway, the four-color theory problem was about, how can you color an arbitrary graph, which is a set of points connected by lines? And essentially what they were able to do was they were just able to say, okay, using pen and paper, we can say that there are only about, it was something like 3,000 types of graphs, In other words, that any graph can be, for purposes of this discussion, can be described as being one of these 3,600 types of graphs. And so if all 3,600 of these types of graphs can be colored using only four crayons, then that means every graph can be colored using only four crayons. And each of those types of graphs were possible to prove on pen and paper whether or not it could be, done mathematically. However, it would take years for a person to do that. A computer, however, would be able to run through all of them and check each of them against the possibility. And if it got through all of them and it didn't find any faults, then that would prove that every single one of those types, and thus every graph everywhere, could indeed be filled in using only four colors. And that was a big deal at the time and was controversial. The New York Times wouldn't report on it because there was a real question, and maybe in your head too, how is that really proving it? What if there's a fault in the software? As a software developer, I can say that's a great question. There's a lot more to it that I kind of wanted to talk about it, but this is long enough. And just something to think about.